On September 30th, 2025, a Little Rock police officer encountered a vehicle allegedly pursuing another driver through oncoming traffic. The driver was ultimately cited for reckless driving, driving on a suspended license, and failing to yield to an emergency vehicle. But the confrontation captured on body camera did not end with those citations. When officers decided to tow and inventory the vehicle from private business property, the driver's father, former Arkansas legislator Bill Walker, challenged their authority to search it and asked them to wait for a supervisor. Within minutes, voices rose, physical commands were issued, 2 men were detained, and senior police officials began intervening by telephone. The central question is not simply who behaved badly, it is whether the tow, inventory search, detention orders, and use of force remained constitutionally reasonable as the original traffic investigation transformed into a confrontation over police authority.
All right, so I need to talk to them real quick. I can't get around not towing the vehicle. It's within our policy to tow for suspended license, and with the severity of what she's being accused for, I'm gonna get in trouble with my job if I don't do it.
Okay.
So I need the keys from her.
Okay. Let me have the keys. They're gonna have to tow the cops. No, I just need to.
That's my work. That's not my work.
Where's the keys to the cars?
That's not my work. That's my work. Stay in there.
Where's the keys that I just gave you, Sheriff?
That's the key is in there.
And the car's in my name too, so
In
I don't have a key.
there.
And so even though the car was parked, you say,
I can't let it go.
who's the supervisor? If you don't mind asking.
I can get him down here. It's still gonna get towed though. Like,
I didn't know. I just
Yeah,
said,
do you need me to get him down here?
I just wanted to talk to him. Is that okay?
okay, hold on one second.
Who is the supervisor?
Hold on one second. I'll let you explain it to her. It's within our policy that we have to tow for suspending a license. She has that. And plus, she's being accused of like aggravated assault right now. I don't have the other party right now. He says he's gonna call in later.
Right now, today?
Yeah, he said he'll come make his side of the report later. Because when I found her, she was chasing another vehicle and then ran from me. So with the severity of things, I can't just let it go or I'm gonna get in trouble with work. So her court date and time's there at the bottom.
Okay.
And who wants this? This is where the vehicles are gonna get towed to.
Okay.
You can pick it. It's up off Scott Hamilton.
Yeah.
But that's the exact address on there on the back. But yeah, if we get the keys, that would help.
I don't know. You see the little keys in there.
The first legal distinction is critical. A department may authorize a tow without the Constitution automatically requiring one. An inventory search is not an ordinary evidence search. Under Supreme Court precedent, officers may inventory a lawfully impounded vehicle to protect property, document valuables, and reduce safety or liability risks. But the government must first have a legitimate basis for taking custody of the vehicle. The inventory cannot be used as a shortcut around the warrant requirement. Here, the car was already parked on property associated with Walker's business. A licensed person may also have been available to secure it. Those facts do not automatically invalidate the tow, but they matter because a court could ask whether impoundment served a genuine caretaking need or whether a reasonable alternative existed. The legality, therefore, begins with the tow, not with the search. Officer Kurtz repeatedly states that towing was mandatory. Legally, however, department policy and constitutional law are not always the same thing. Under the Fourth Amendment, inventory searches are generally permitted only after a vehicle has been lawfully impounded. The Supreme Court has repeatedly emphasized that these searches must follow standardized procedures rather than serve as a pretext for investigation. In this case, because the vehicle was already parked on private property and alternatives may have existed, a court could potentially examine whether the impoundment itself was reasonable. At this stage, the footage raises a legitimate constitutional question, but it does not yet answer it.
Can we help you? I'm sorry?
Searching my car, asking the question, what's going on?
We gotta do an inventory search, make sure there's no weapons or valuables. Making sure no weapons or valuables are in here. We gotta do
She got
it.
a person there, which I need to get out.
That's
Okay.
department policy.
But why didn't y'all give an opportunity for us to come over here? I was coming to get her purse.
Nobody said that to us.
But
Well, but nobody
I mean, you
asked
don't do
Hold on. We don't have to give you an opportunity. We're gonna go through it first and then give you the opportunity.
You don't have a reason to go through her stuff.
We do. We're towing
We
it.
are told.
Listen,
You
Or
what?
you may not. Just hold on.
If you
wait
tell-
just a few minutes for your lieutenant to arrive.
She'll be here, but I'm still going to go through it.
No, you cannot
No,
go through the
ma'am,
get
ma'am.
here.
We're going to go
Wait a
through
minute, you
it.
don't have to
No,
yet.
listen.
I'm not
Back
moving.
up.
I'm on my property.
No. I'm on my property.
That's my
Okay.
property.
What? Do you want to know what I witnessed her do?
Yes.
I could take
Tell
her to
me
jail.
tell me what
She
you
drove into oncoming traffic, almost hit me and several other vehicles, as well as a few people were walking around chasing that other guy.
But you
And I
didn't- you
lit
didn't
her
tell me
up
that- you didn't
and she
tell me that.
ran. She ran like 4 blocks.
you didn't
That's
tell me that
felony
earlier.
fleeing. She could go to jail for a felony.
I understand. But you didn't say anything like that.
And she's getting a citation.
I know. You didn't say anything like that to me.
Then we're going to do our job.
Well, but listen, when you first left here, what you told me, sir,
So
was that you were not going to talk.
whose vehicle is it?
It's mine and hers. I'm a father.
Oh, but whose vehicle's on the registration?
Both. Yes.
It's not. It's the registration on the vehicle is a leasing agency.
Well, that's
So-
why we leased the car.
Okay. The leasing company owns the car, not you guys.
No,
Okay.
we leased it. No, well,
Yeah, you lease
That's
it. You pay
debatable.
for it.
So if I pull the registration out of the car,
yes.
it's going to say leasing company. It's
And
not
I'm-
going to have y'all's names on it. It's going to say the leasing company, right?
Okay, but listen.
Therefore, it's the leasing company's car.
Well, that's
Yeah, we
debatable
made it
because I'm.
Yes, she was in physical control of the vehicle, but that doesn't mean you have a right to right now because she was driving it, not you.
Well, let me just explain. Before you got here,
Mhm.
I spoke.
Someone
to this-
code our location. We
I'll
don't
see
need
the
anybody
first-
code.
Okay. Well, when I spoke to this officer, he was in charge. Okay. He said to me that he is not going to take that. This is Lieutenant.
Walker repeatedly invokes private property. But private property is not a constitutional shield against every lawful police action. An officer may enter or remain in areas open to visitors while conducting a legitimate investigation, and a person does not gain authority to physically interfere merely because the encounter occurs outside his business. At the same time, the vehicle's location matters for a different reason. If it was safely parked, presented no traffic hazard, and could be secured by a responsible person, a court could potentially question whether taking custody of it was reasonably connected to community caretaking. The strongest argument for police is not that private property becomes irrelevant. It is that standardized policy required removal because the cited driver could not legally operate the vehicle. The strongest argument against the tow is that the car had already reached a safe location, and alternatives were immediately available. Neither argument can be resolved merely by saying, "It's my property."
Hey,
Trying to tow the car and they're telling
this is
us we can't.
elevating to
No,
another
we did
level.
not say you
Did
cannot
get a
tow
hold of
it.
one?
I'm trying to get
And they're
her
telling us we
purse.
can't search it.
I didn't
Okay.
say you couldn't
So what's your
touch it.
name,
You said-
officer?
Kurtz. Okay, y'all got to back up. Y'all got to back up now.
Officer Kurtz.
Y'all got to back up now. Go. I'm going to do my
Hey,
job. Back
don't
up.
Put your hand on me.
Back up.
Don't you put
Bro,
your
we're done
hand on
talking.
me.
I got a job to do.
This
Back
is
up.
my property.
I don't care. Back
don't
up.
care about
Back
getting my
up.
property?
You are going to go to jail if you don't back up.
Back going to jail?
Back up.
Who you think you're talking
Back
to,
up.
man?
I'm talking to you.
You can't be.
White people like that.
I
You
treat
don't-
can't be
everybody
talking
the
to
same.
me.
Back
I treat
up.
everybody the same.
Go stand over there. Go stand over there.
You know me. I don't know you. Back up, guys.
Lost his man.
Back
That
up.
don't make sense.
Back
You
up.
sitting there, we're not blocking anything. We're on
I
our
got a
property.
curse and I got a hardness here.
When you said back
I
up,
said back up so he
I'm
can do his
not
job.
on you.
Back up so
I'm
he
not
can do
on
his
you.
job.
Go stand in front of my car.
You don't tell me where to stand. This
Go
is-
stand in front of my car.
I'm not going
I
there.
don't care.
I'm not going there.
You're going to go in cuffs if you don't back up. Go or you're going to go. I'm giving you 1 second.
told you.
1 second, go.
Over there.
All right, turn around. You go in cuffs.
A person generally does not have a constitutional right to stand wherever he chooses during an active police operation. Officers may establish a safety perimeter, prevent interference, and issue reasonable movement commands. A person can also be detained when officers have an objective basis to believe his conduct is obstructing their duties. But disagreement alone is not obstruction. Courts often distinguish protected verbal criticism from physical interference, threats, refusal to move from a legitimately restricted area, or conduct that materially delays police activity. Here, officers issued repeated commands. That supports their claim that Walker was given an opportunity to comply. The harder questions are whether he was actually interfering, how much space was reasonably necessary, whether the order to stand by the patrol car served a genuine safety purpose, and whether officers allowed a realistic amount of time for compliance. A judge could reasonably find that some backward movement order was lawful, while still questioning the speed and manner in which the confrontation became an arrest. By this point, the disagreement has shifted from a debate over towing to a debate over police authority. Officers generally have the legal authority to establish a safety perimeter and control the immediate area during an active search or detention. While the First Amendment protects a person's right to criticize police officers, it does not automatically protect conduct that physically interferes with their duties. Here, Walker continued questioning the officers and appeared reluctant to move to the location they designated. Whether that conduct legally amounted to obstruction depends on details such as his actual distance from the officers, whether he was physically interfering with the search, and whether the commands were both clear and reasonable. A court could potentially conclude that officers were justified in creating additional space around the vehicle, while still examining whether the decision to immediately handcuff Walker was proportionate under the circumstances.
Turn around, you can go and cuff. You can go and cuff.
Okay,
Not doing this. No, back up.
Stop, sir.
No, don't take my hand.
Stop.
Back up.
Stop.
You take him down.
Stop, sir. Stop. Stop,
I'm
sir.
not doing
Stop.
anything. I'm not doing anything.
I'm taking it now.
I'm not doing anything.
Huh? Don't take it now.
I'm not doing anything.
Stop. Stop, sir. Sir, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. You gotta stop.
Why are you doing that to him?
You got another cuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all right there.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
But he didn't do nothing. He got the right to speak.
All we did was
You know me. Listen, can you get my inhaler? Can you get my inhaler?
Listen. Stay out of the car. Stay out of the car.
We have a.
Stay out of the car.
Hey, I need y'all to listen. I need everybody to listen to me. Let everybody listen to me. I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best. We're gonna get medical out here, okay?
You're going in the car.
I need to go to the hospital.
Come on. Wait a minute. Don't take my money now. You're taking everything out. Don't take my money. Go on, get this money out. Here, get all this out.
No.
Hey,
Stop! Stop! What are you doing to me? Stop doing that! Stop doing that! Stop doing that! Get the off of me! Stop! Stop!
Sergeant, man, I told you.
In the car.
Just sit down and I'm going to talk to you.
Get in there, stop.
He's trying to shoot my
You must be new. Sit in the car.
He's trying to shoot my
Have a seat. I'm going to talk to you, okay? Let me get them to calm down, okay? Okay, if you'll just have a seat in here, I'm going to talk to them, get everyone calmed down, and then I'll come back and talk to you, okay?
Yes, I
If you'll
appreciate
just watch your head and duck in there, okay? I don't want you to hit your head. What?
Hey, let me tell them to calm down.
They're calming. I'm going to go talk to them. I'm really
Everybody
good.
calm down.
Yeah, everyone's calming down.
Sharon.
Hey,
Sharon.
turn left.
Just calm down.
Get him off the ground. Okay, just have a seat in here. I'm going to come right back and talk to you, okay? I'm going to figure out what's going on. If you'll just have a seat.
Hey, Sharon. Just calm down. Don't worry about it. I got this.
Claims of excessive force are evaluated under the Fourth Amendment using the objective reasonableness standard established by the Supreme Court in Graham versus Connor. Rather than judging officers with perfect hindsight, courts consider what a reasonable officer would have perceived at that moment. Judges typically examine the seriousness of the suspected offense, whether the individual posed an immediate threat, and whether he was actively resisting or attempting to flee. Here, Walker does not appear to be armed or fleeing, which may weigh against a higher level of force. The employee, however, is later described by officers as repeatedly approaching the scene and physically resisting their attempts to control him. If the footage supports that account, a court could view the takedown differently. Finally, courts also consider what happened after force was used, including whether officers promptly requested medical assistance and whether the force ended once control had been achieved.
Okay.
I got this.
Let me just talk to everybody. Hey, what's your name?
Sheriff, my name is Bill Walker, Senator Bill Walker.
Bill Walker. Okay,
Yes.
if Mr. Walker, if you will just have a seat in here, I'm going to come right back and talk to you. I'm going to try to get everyone to calm down.
Have you heard from your chief yet?
I believe he called me while I was running code, but I couldn't
I was
answer.
trying to get a hold of him. If you would please let him know that you have me here.
Yes, sir.
I
will
think the mayor's
absolutely.
already talked to him.
Yes,
And
sir.
I was trying to get you here. I asked for you and requested you.
Yes, sir.
And this thing elevated to a whole new level.
Yes, sir.
And I'm not happy. I hope you got your recorder on.
I do.
Very good.
Let me figure out what's going on. Let me call my chief back, and I will be right back to talk to you, Mr. Walker. Yes, sir. What is going on?
Okay.
Chief is calling me on the way here. I can't
He
answer because
called the
I'm
mayor
running code.
directly.
Okay, so
He
what
called the
originally
mayor
happened, I'm going that way. I see one car speed past me in the wrong lane of traffic. He rolls window and says that woman's chasing me. Woman chases him in the wrong lane of traffic. They go down this way. I literally hit Daisy Bates on Broadway. She fled and came to here.
Which one?
The woman over there.
In the car.
In the orange?
The orange.
That was over here.
I'm not getting here with felony plea. I'm hitting her with failure to yield to emergency vehicle. I gave her a citation her vehicle to get towed.
Let me call chief back.
You good?
I've got chief calling me while I'm running code. I just got on scene out here. Apparently, Senator Bill Walker, they've got in a vehicle. I'm trying to get the story from everyone. Take him out of cuffs immediately. Kurtz, take Walker out of cuffs immediately. Yes. We're at Daisy Bates and Ringo. All right, I'm gonna call chief back. Bye. Her chief, get him out of cuffs. I just gave you a direct order to take him out of chief. I'm so sorry. I was running code. Take him out of cuffs now. Yes, sir. I'm so sorry. We've got Bill Walker out here. I just got out here.
An immediate release can look like an admission that an arrest was unlawful. Legally, it is not that simple. A supervisor may order release to de-escalate, correct a policy issue, reduce public risk, or reassess whether prosecution is worthwhile. Probable cause is judged by the facts available to officers when the seizure occurred, not solely by what supervisors decide afterward, but the reversal is still significant evidence. The chief did not merely request additional information. Walker was ordered out of handcuffs immediately, and the towing decision was soon reconsidered. That sequence could support an argument that lower-level officers interpreted policy too rigidly or escalated before supervisory review was complete. It could also support the opposite interpretation, that senior officials exercise discretionary leniency after a technically lawful detention. The body cameras document the decision. They do not, by themselves, establish why it was made.
Let me lock that back so it doesn't. All right, it shouldn't move now.
Well, they cancel on the record.
Oh,
Sure.
okay. I need to know what's going on. Okay, so you're driving which way?
Eastbound.
Okay,
At the intersection of Broadway and Daisy Bates.
okay. And his car?
No, I was going southbound from there. And then a car comes into oncoming traffic with his flash coming towards me, so I stopped. They ran the red light.
And that was Mr. Walker.
No, that was some other guy that left. He pulled over and he's like, that woman's chasing me. Shortly after that, she comes flying through the intersection, wrong way
All right,
traffic.
who's she?
The woman who I wrote a ticket and left. She was going to the hospital. She's having a mental breakdown.
Okay. So how did we get to a point of here? If Mr. Walker wasn't involved in the...
That pursuit came that way. I said, all right, I'm going to let this go right now. We got something bigger coming, so I went with that pursuit. It ended right there. I came back and I let her, they're requesting amends now. I think it may have been from when I grabbed her. She said her shoulder hurt, so I'm like, no.
The traffic stop of the vehicle chasing the other one?
Yeah, because when she refused to stop for like 4 blocks, came here, got out the car, started walking away, cussing at me. And I said, no, tell me what's going on. She walked away, I grabbed her arm, she jerked.
Okay.
And then
How did Mr. Walker get involved in all of this?
he's her dad.
He is her dad.
And while doing the inventory search of the vehicle, he kept walking up on me, like closer than y'all two, wouldn't back up. So I started trying to escort him back, and he said, don't push me. Like making these red birds, I don't know what he was saying.
Okay.
So then I gave him like 5 chances because he was real nice and gay. Then I started to actually push him back.
Okay.
And then he started pushing his way back into me. So at that point, I tried to put him in cuffs.
So
We were trying to do an inventory search.
So she was following the guy that flagged you down.
Mm-hmm. And that guy left. He said, I'll make a report later.
Okay.
But she
And
was 100% chasing.
do we know, what did you cite her for?
reckless driving, failure to yield, and driving on suspended.
And you have all of her information still.
Yeah, good.
I mean, like, get rid of the ticket and the tow.
Reckless driving, driving on suspended, and what was the other one?
Failure to yield to emergency vehicle.
Which was the pursuit?
Yeah, it wasn't really pursuit.
Oh, okay. And this happened on Daisy Bates and Broadway.
That's fine. And then shortly after that, a call came in from Roosevelt Broadway. A guy saying a woman was chasing him, which was this incident.
Okay. Who was the guy?
The guy, I don't know.
The tall guy?
He pulled over at the side of the road. I chased her down. I told someone else to go stop him, and then he left. Well, I had to call him back. He said he's already in North Little Rock. He's going to come to 12th Street.
But we have his information.
No, we don't have information. Never had time.
Communications, Mike.
Communications. Okay.
The guy in our car,
So
the guy in my car, he was out here initially when we got out.
he is an employee at this location.
So they were,
Give us like 1 second. I'm so sorry.
they were putting him in the back of the vehicle. He started walking with harness. I see harness telling me to get back. So harness pushes him back. Then he just starts going off right here, and I'm like, "Hey, calm down. You need to back up." So now Alan shows up. Now we're at a detain him because he's going crazy.
He'd been pushed back, and then he ran back up on Rainey, and that's why I was like,
so
no,
when Alan grabbed him,
like,
was like, "Hey, calm down." He's like literally fighting down like this. I'm like, all right, now we gotta go to the ground. And we put him in the car.
Okay. So his daughter was given the citation, but she's left the scene now. She's not here.
Well,
she
pulled back up with the mom.
Which vehicle is it?
I don't know. I don't see her. I don't see her anymore.
What vehicle was she driving that you cited her in?
She just left. So
This blue one? And this is the one you caught the tow on?
Yes. I can let it go though. I don't mind.
Oh, just hang on a second. And when Mr. Walker came and made contact with you, what was he saying? What was he asking?
He was
telling. He wasn't asking. You're not searching it. You're not telling it. That's what he was. That's what. When I got here, when I finally pulled up and I walked up, I'm like, "What's going on?" Harness like, "He's saying we can't tell the people." He's like, "I didn't say that. I'm saying this." He said, "You're not searching this vehicle. You're not telling this vehicle."
So this is on. Who does the owner come back to?
Leasing company.
This is one of the most important moments in the footage. At the beginning, the tow was described as unavoidable. Policy required it, and failure to tow could jeopardize the officer's job. Later, the same officer states, "I can let it go." That does not necessarily mean the original claim was false. Policies often use mandatory language while allowing supervisory exceptions or transfer to an owner. But constitutional inventory doctrine is particularly concerned with discretion. In Colorado versus Bertine, the Supreme Court permitted some officer choice so long as it was exercised under standard criteria and for reasons unrelated to a search for evidence. In Florida versus Wells, the court warned against inventory systems that give officers uncontrolled discretion over the scope of a search. A court reviewing this incident would therefore want the actual written towing and inventory policies, not merely competing descriptions captured during a chaotic encounter. Without those documents, the strongest responsible conclusion is that the footage exposes a policy ambiguity, not that it conclusively proves an unlawful search.
Hi, Mr. Walker. I'm Sergeant Meeker.
Hi, Sergeant Baker. How are you?
Good. Okay, tell me your side. Apparently your daughter was pulled over by Officer Kurtz, and she was given a citation for reckless driving, driving on suspended, and failure to yield to an emergency vehicle.
Well, let me kind of go back a little bit before that.
Okay.
Because Officer Kurtz had been here twice.
Okay.
The first time he was here, he told Porter saying, "Hey, man, how you doing, sir?" He said he was concerned about Allison and that he had saw her. He didn't know what had happened. He asked me for information, but I didn't really know.
Okay.
He said, "Well, listen, she's got a warrant in Pine Bluff. She's going to take care of it. I should really tow the car, but I'm not going to."
Okay.
He said, "Just get us some help, and be sure you take care of that business." I said, "Perfect. Thank you so much. We appreciate you." Well, after that, we were waiting for the ambulance and the fire department to arrive. They did come. And then this gentleman came back first. He said that he was told to come back here by the fire department. They told me. I didn't. Next thing I know, I see 3 or 4 other cars pulled back up in here. One of which was Officer Kurtz. Yes, ma'am. And so at that point, I still was working to get my daughter to the hospital. She was going to go with her mother, who had arrived.
Okay.
After that had occurred, then he came back and said, well, listen, I'm now got the right. We don't have a complainant. We ain't found anybody yet. He called, but he left, and we don't know who he is. I said, okay. She said, but since she doesn't have, she's on a suspended license, but he asked her about that, and she told him that she had paid the issue, and she has an email suggesting that it had been resolved. Well, he said, well, I got to tow it anyway. Well, when he left the first time, he didn't say, well, why you got to do that? So they began to come over here to try to get access to the vehicle, my assumption was. And she said, I need to get my purse, my medicine out of the car. So I came over to get that, and they told me to step back and get away. I said, well, when did the story change?
Okay.
When did we have a different impression about this? Well, this is not necessary. I said, would you please, because at that time I reached out to the man. I asked him if he would reach out to the chief and see if he could assist. And I asked for you. I asked for you.
Yes, sir.
And I said to them when I got over here, I said, would you please allow your sergeant to arrive before we proceed? That's what I asked for.
Yes, sir.
He didn't want to do that. And he said for me to get back. I said, well, why are we going to this level? That's no criminal out here. There's no guns. Why are we going to this level? He then pushed me, told me, listen, I said, don't put your hands on me. We don't have to do that. That's not necessary. And he did it again and again. And finally he said, you're under arrest because you won't move. That's what he told me. And I asked this gentleman, I said, listen, do you have children? Do you have any? He said he had 5.
Mm-hmm.
I have 1. And I'm a concerned father. I'm also a businessman. I'm also president of a college over here. I also was on the airport commission. I'm also friends with a whole host of folks in this community. I served in the state senate, state house. I know how to deal with public servant folk. I know the jobs, but there's a way that you don't have to escalate this to this level. I mean, I got an employee now that they threw on the ground. I got my wife out here who's almost going through the roof. So we're concerned about our child.
I understand.
And he's got to be better judged than that. That's very disappointing to me. I got handcuffs on me so tight. I mean, this guy just went off. He just lost it.
Yes, sir.
And I never, and I hope you'll about it, I never raised my voice. Never. Did I raise my voice?
Both you, is that your wife?
My wife did, of course. She's a woman, but I never raised my voice.
You both did, yes.
To who? To you? To
I
you?
believe to Officer Kurtz.
Oh, come on, man. Did you all record this?
Yes.
Good. I think y'all look at it.
I will. I have to at this point.
I never raised my voice.
Okay.
I'm disappointed in that. I really am.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Well, but it's just the truth, man. You know,
So
it's the truth.
there's a difference in what you feel with
But
your,
the
your voice
tape-
raising, and the difference between what I feel is raising.
I'm talking at the same level
Especially
I'm
when we're
talking
giving you
now.
a lawful order to step back.
Step back.
Okay.
Okay.
The employee's detention presents a stronger potential legal justification than Walker's if the video ultimately confirms that he repeatedly entered the officer's immediate working area, attempted to remove property during the search, and actively resisted officers while they were attempting to handcuff him. However, those later officer statements must still be compared against the body camera footage itself. Their descriptions are evidence, but they are not automatically proof. The decision to issue citations and release him rather than continue holding him in custody also suggests that officers ultimately viewed the alleged offenses as manageable without a custodial arrest.
The vehicle comes back to a leasing company. This is his property. This is Mr. Walker's property. She was cited, but we can cancel the tow and just leave the vehicle here. But she had a suspended license, and per policy, it says that we do have to tow for suspended. However, I am understanding that, you know, if Chief is saying, let this vehicle go, let this vehicle go.
Have you talked to him?
I called him. He told me to call him back whenever I get an update of what exactly was going on. So this is what I got going on. When I got on scene, they had Mr. Walker. They were trying to get him into the vehicle. And his employee who's in Rainey's vehicle was like trying to get over to him, and then they put him on the ground.
Okay.
So his daughter was chasing another, and apparently we had a call come in at Chester.
Hey, Chief.
Hey.
I'm right here with Sergeant Meeker.
Cluster?
Very much so. I'm going to let her kind of explain it to you because she got a better chance at getting it all right.
Okay.
So what happened was Officer Kurtz was traveling southbound on Broadway. He was flagged down by a guy saying that he was being chased by a woman. Officer Kurtz looks up, and this vehicle, which is the blue Cadillac, is like swerving into oncoming traffic, like clearly chasing this guy. So Officer Kurtz lights the vehicle up, doesn't stop until here at Daisy Bates and Ringo, and this started at Daisy Bates and Broadway. It was Mr. Walker's daughter driving the vehicle, and she was cited for reckless driving, driving on suspended, and failure to yield to an emergency vehicle. It is parked here on his property. I know that policy says that we shall tow for driving on suspended. The tow truck is here, but if you want us to leave this vehicle on his property, we will dismiss this tow truck.
Yeah, send the tow truck away.
10-4.
Yeah, since it's on his property, it's his daughter. I mean, it's his property. He can leave it there. So, yeah, we can leave this. So, yeah, get rid of the tow truck.
10-4.
This reversal matters, but not because canceling the tow automatically makes the earlier decision unconstitutional. The more important issue is discretion. Minutes earlier, the tow had been presented as something officers simply could not avoid. Now, senior command determines that the vehicle can remain safely on the property. That suggests the policy was not as absolute in practice as it initially sounded. And because the proposed inventory search depended on taking lawful custody of the vehicle, the availability of a reasonable alternative becomes relevant to the Fourth Amendment analysis. But another problem remains unresolved. 2 people had already been detained during the dispute.
And so how did we...
So
how did we end up detaining him?
So
I guess he came out.
yes, he came out, and while they were about to do the inventory search, he was telling them that you're not going to search this vehicle, and Officer Kurtz was telling him to, back up, and Mr. Walker requested me to the scene. From the time that I got requested to the scene to me getting out here, I guess Officer Kurtz raised his voice at Mr. Walker, and they were arguing back and forth about getting into the vehicle, at which point Kurtz said, since you're not getting back, you're under arrest, puts him in cuffs and starts putting him in a vehicle, which is when one of his employees comes out and sees that Mr. Walker's in handcuffs and starts approaching officers, and he then gets put onto the ground.
Oh, lordy. Man, they just don't make my job easy.
They don't.
No, they don't. Okay, so we got Mr. Walker taken care of now, correct?
He is out of cuffs. He has the tow slip, but I will send this tow truck away and allow this vehicle to stay on his lot.
We got the employee still in custody.
Turn it over. She can release it to him. I mean, he can take ownership. It's his daughter. He can take the car. Which by policy we have the opportunity to, if they have an owner, we can give it to them. So I think at this point we kind of.
The owner is a leasing company.
Oh, is it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just turn it over to him. Hopefully that'll alleviate some issues.
Yes, sir.
What about his employee? Hey, Chief, what about his employee that we got in custody?
What did we arrest him for? What did we put? Just because he walked up on somebody?
He was walking up on officers as they were trying to get Mr. Walker in the vehicle.
So what did we arrest him for?
I would assume that they have him for obstruction. Which, that's a A, isn't it? We could cite him for that.
Cite him out.
Yeah, well, an misdemeanor is supposed to get fingerprinted, but
We can put it.
Would it be more disorderly or obstruction?
We'll have to talk to them and see which.
I'd have to, yeah. I mean, I know him walking up on the officers would be obstruction. I don't know if he was out here causing a scene necessarily.
Yeah, I'm just saying, and I think some of our officers have to understand people are going to walk up. I think common sense goes out the door on a lot of things, but yeah, I don't think he needs. Yeah, let's try to figure out a way to. I mean, if we need to cite him, fine. I don't know the circumstances of all that. We can watch videos and determine, but I don't think we just need to try to mediate best we can because this is going to cost storm, and we're going to eat probably some crow on it, but let's try to minimize it the best we can.
Yes, sir.
The chief's decision fundamentally changes the legal landscape of the encounter. Moments earlier, officers had described the tow as effectively unavoidable. Now, senior command authorizes the vehicle to remain where it is, eliminating the need for both the impoundment and the inventory search. That shift does not automatically mean the original decision was unconstitutional, but it does suggest that meaningful discretion may have existed. Just as significant is the chief's immediate question about the employee's arrest. Rather than assuming the detention was justified, command staff begins evaluating whether the response remained proportionate to the conduct actually observed on scene.
So what do we have? Gibbons. Disorderly.
So what happened with him was he was in handcuffs. Kurtz was searching him. He starts going in his own pockets and pulling stuff out. He runs up and starts taking it from him. I stopped him, pushed him back and said, "No, get back." And that's when he bowed up and started running at us again. And
I get between them. That's when I got between them. And I'm like, "Hey, calm down." He's screaming and spitting at the N-word. I'm like, "Hey, just back up." So I gave him a little tap back first time, and he comes at me again. Alan gets here, goes, "Hey, we're going to go ahead and detain this guy." Alan's literally we got him against the car, trying to put him in cuffs. He's literally to the point where he's like this. When I grabbed him, he was like this, pulling Alan's arms apart. So I just grabbed him by his shirt, took him to the ground, put him in cuffs.
All right, so Gibbons.
We're about to get MEMS, and then we asked him if he wanted medical, and he refused.
On body cam, he said, I made him say it out loud, "No, I don't want medical."
Okay. So you said disorderly and refusal.
And obstruction.
You can go obstruction because he was trying to take property from the arrestee.
The officers are now providing their own explanation for why Gibbons was detained. According to their account, he repeatedly entered the immediate area, attempted to retrieve property during Walker's detention, and then physically resisted officers. Those details could strengthen the justification for detention and force, but the officer's later description is still evidence, not automatic proof. The critical question is whether the body camera footage actually supports that account.
We're just doing our job.
So Gibbons, while Kurt, it was you searching him, correct?
Searching.
Yes. So
Searching Walker.
Kurtz was searching Walker to put him in the vehicle. Gibbons was walking up, taking the stuff from him. He was told to get back. He didn't get back. Rainey kind of gave him a push, like, get back.
At first, it wasn't even a push. I just did this. I said, "Hey, man, back up for me." Then he just blows up, starts screaming out of nowhere. Now when he's jumping up and down, then I gave him a tap on the chest, like, "Hey, back up." He comes at me one more time.
Mr. Walker reached in his pocket, pulled something out. He goes, "Here," and just trying to hide it from us. Is what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't open his hand.
Yeah, he wouldn't. Yeah, he pulled something out of his pocket and was going here, trying to hand it to him. And that's when I grabbed both of their hands and said no and separated.
Probably the keys to this vehicle.
And that's when I told him to get back, and then Rainey stuck.
He gets the hot hooping and hollering. I'm not trying to put hands on him. And then when he jumps at me, I was like, "Hey, man, just back up." He does it one more time. That's when Alan gets here. Alan grabs him. Now we're just gonna detain him on the car. He's still screaming and hollering, and he literally he's doing this weird little bow up thing. And like Alan's to the point where Alan's having like, "Okay, we're gonna make a decision with this guy." So we take him to the ground. We put him in cuffs.
So they have disorderly, refusal, and obstruction.
This distinction matters. Verbal frustration or approaching officers does not automatically justify significant force. But if Gibbons ignored repeated commands, entered an active detention area, and then physically resisted being restrained, a court could view the takedown as more reasonable. The analysis therefore depends on exactly when resistance began and whether officers used only the amount of force necessary to gain control.
So they have disorderly, refusal, and obstruction.
We will do whatever we're advised to do from this point forward.
Yes.
Following excited utterance can only change that.
What?
Oh.
Just sign for disorderly and leave it.
Yeah,
All misdemeanors. Do we have to do it for the use of force?
Have to. You decide him out.
Whatever you tell me to do, Lieutenant, I'll do it.
You go with your charge and decide him out. Let's get him a citation read.
Because they can all three be cited, can't they?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. Cite him out for all three.
Run him real quick.
He's clean.
Okay. Does he have any type of record? He has no record at all?
I don't know. I was just saying he's great. I might need to check behind him.
Let's run him again because we
Make sure.
didn't actually run him. We're
Yeah.
going to charge him. We need to make sure so nobody gets mad because we didn't upgrade it or anything like that.
So let's double check that.
Watch it all.
Look at
Calculate it.
any type of history or anything like that.
I'm never going to tell somebody not to make a race.
That's why I'm asking for your wisdom in this situation because I don't think any of us here on the officer side have had this happen before.
If you
This
have
is my
enough,
second time, actually.
I think this is a
If you
first
have
for all of
enough-
us at this
if
point.
you have enough, and I feel like from what y'all telling me, that enough is
Justifiable.
Yeah, justifiable. Well, I think with us citing and releasing him, it'll kind of calm things down. So,
If that's a
You have a fingerprint scanner, don't you? Can we scan him? Does it work like that? Can we scan him for? We can't.
This is just for ID.
it's just an
right?
idea.
It's just for ID.
Oh.
That's not,
Well, I'm
We can't do print out.
I'm just double checking.
Yeah.
that would be
We'll
cool.
just get his thumbprint on the side. We'll have to make sure that we get his thumbprint on the citation.
Yeah. And we'll leave the car. We'll cite
Who
them
do you
out.
want to do the site?
No, Rick, just gotta take it.
He has no record at all.
It's another hit on somebody else on probation. Yeah, a bunch of tickets.
Can you do it?
Yeah. Do all three. Disorderly obstruction and refusal.
Will you send me his return on Atlas?
So
Yeah.
we'll cite him out. I'll let Mr. Walker know.
What matters here is the shift from physical detention to charging discretion. Officers discuss several possible offenses, check Gibbons' record, and ultimately decide that continued custody is unnecessary. That decision does not determine whether the original detention was lawful, but it does show that the alleged conduct was ultimately handled through citations rather than continued confinement. The remaining legal question is whether the initial detention and force were reasonable based on what officers actually observed at the time.
We have everyone's information out here, correct? Like everyone's name, date of birth,
She
address.
was supposed to go to the hospital.
She
but
went to the
said
hospital for anxiety. She was having an anxiety
Who
attack.
transported? It was the mom, but the mom never left. The mom is the one that's standing right there in the jeans and blue shirt.
Okay.
So
So yeah, let's
I'm going to write everyone's information down just in case. And then we'll get him cited, get him out of here.
The encounter ultimately ended without the vehicle being towed. Bill Walker was removed from handcuffs, while officers discussed citing Gibbons rather than continuing to hold him in custody. Based on the records reviewed for this episode, no confirmed court ruling or civil settlement establishes that Walker's detention was unconstitutional, so our assessment must remain limited to what the body camera footage actually shows. The strongest constitutional concern begins with the vehicle. Officers repeatedly described towing as mandatory, yet senior command ultimately allowed the car to remain on the property. That does not automatically make the original tow or proposed inventory search unconstitutional, but it demonstrates that some discretion existed. Walker, meanwhile, had every right to question the officers, challenge the tow, and request a supervisor. But those rights did not give him unlimited authority to remain inside an area officers were attempting to control. Police could reasonably require additional distance if they believed he was interfering with their duties. The more difficult question is whether handcuffing him was proportionate. Officers gave repeated commands, but the confrontation moved quickly from verbal disagreement to physical detention. The extremely short final compliance deadline and escalating communication weigh against the officers, while Walker's continued refusal to move weighs in their favor. Gibbons presents a somewhat different case. If the footage supports officers' claims that he repeatedly approached, attempted to retrieve property, and physically resisted detention, officers had a stronger justification for taking physical control of him. But those claims should still be measured against the video itself. For our final grades, Officer Kirch receives a grade C. His initial traffic investigation had a legitimate public safety basis, but inconsistent explanations about towing and weak de-escalation significantly reduced his score. The assisting officers receive a grade C+. They faced a chaotic situation and addressed medical concerns, but better coordination could have reduced the escalation. Sergeant Meeker receives a grade B+ for calming the scene, gathering both sides, and reassessing the detentions and tow. Bill Walker receives a grade C+. He raised legitimate objections and requested supervision, but continuing the confrontation after repeated commands created unnecessary legal and physical risk. Gibbons receives a grade C-, primarily because the officer's account describes increasingly physical interference during another person's detention. Overall, this encounter receives a grade C. There was legitimate police authority at the beginning, but inconsistent policy explanations, poor communication, and preventable escalation transformed a manageable situation into multiple detentions. Was handcuffing Walker reasonable scene control, or did officers escalate a verbal disagreement too far? Let us know how you would grade this encounter and subscribe for more evidence-based body camera analysis.